Good afternoon, everybody. What I'd like to talk to you today about is leadership, and specifically Mark Crowley's book, Lead from the Heart. You see, it's not enough for workers today to just simply collect their paycheck and move on. What they need today, our workers, is to really feel that their leader is encouraging their heart, that their leader is helping them reach self-actualization. They need to have meaning in their career. And Crowley outlines all of this in his book, Lead from the Heart. Now, in our organizations, particularly my organization, education, our resistant forces to this are going to be, shall we say, people who believe that this is fluffy mumbo-jumbo, that you pay me to do a job, and I do it. I don't need you to lead me from the heart. I need you to give me the tools I need. But really, what we know to be true is that even those people require that heart connection with their leader in order to do and perform their job effectively. The case against this is that leaders who employ this will be seen as soft by some of their workers. And in reality, all of the data that we have from Crowley's book explains differently. Now, my organization in particular is Paloma Valley High School, and it is a traditional high school in suburban Riverside County. We serve about 3,000 students from various different backgrounds. We employ 115 teachers and approximately 50 classified support staff. The majority of our staff at Paloma have been there for a very long tenure, specifically more than 10 years. This longevity produces a very, very loyal staff to the school. However, it also leads to individuals that can resist change. So now, the city in which Paloma sits is Menifee, and Menifee has experienced a dramatic demographic change over the past decade. Specifically, moving from a predominantly white, middle-class suburban area to a more diverse suburban area. Specifically, at Paloma, 55% of our students qualify for free and reduced lunch. In addition, we have no one single ethnic group in our today's data. We do pull large amounts of groups from our Hispanic population, African American population, and households that claim more than one ethnicity. Another dramatic change in our demographics of Paloma is that we've had a 35% increase in special education students. Particularly, many of that increase comes from students under the umbrella diagnosis of the autism spectrum disorder. Now, autism is something that many general education teachers do not know how to address in their classroom. It's something they have not experienced. And so when they run into a student who has some behavioral challenges due to the autism, their gut reaction as a gen ed teacher is to say this student does not belong in this classroom, even though the student cognitively can be at grade level and possibly even above grade level. So for my transformational project, what I'd like to see happen with our change is that we are changing and training our gen ed teachers so they can successfully incorporate and embrace students that are on the autism spectrum into their classroom, and really giving them the tools they need to engage those students successfully. Now, 2 to 3 actions I'm going to be taking on this specifically is that I am going to need to get my employees engaged. They're going to need to want to participate in order for this change to happen. So that means that I'm going to use, specifically from Crowley's book, the strategy of heart to heart to connect with my employees. Specifically speaking in this, I'm going to give them gratitude for having them on the team, incorporate them in, make them feel a sense of value for being there. Also, demonstrate that our intent to grow. Now, this is important for our teachers because they are very veteran teachers. These are not newbies out the gate. They know what they're doing, but in this case, it's convincing them we need to grow more, that we're developing them. We're not saying what they're doing is wrong. We're giving them additional tools that they can be using. Another strategy that I'd like to use in this transformational change project is to hire for heart. Now, in Crowley's book, we talk a lot about interviewing and hiring people. And specifically for this transformational change, yes, that's important, but it's also important that when building my team, I start by hiring my team based on heart. I need to have clear roles for them to fill on the team, and then involve that team in the selection of additional team members. But also, once this change is up and going, becoming sustainable, having those team members on interview panels to hire new teachers. That way we are bringing those people in, and that's what we're looking for from the get-go. So thank you very much, and I appreciate your time this afternoon.